Today I've created this look using some supermarket, drugstore, budget sort of friendly brands and just something that's really quite simple, simple. One swipe of eyeshadow with a little bit of shimmer and just a few other products that are really quite affordable. So I'd love to know what you think. Let's jump in. First of all, I'm going to go in with the Sonsie Cleansing Mousse. I like this mousse, it really froths up. I've probably used a little bit too much, but I just wanted to give my skin a really nice cleanse before we begin. I went to yoga this morning, so I do have just a little bit of sort of residue left on my face, just making sure I get any sort of excess mascara that I did have on there from this morning as well. So then I found this cute little, it was in my makeup kit. It's the Mecca Cosmetica, and this is a hydrating moisturiser with hyaluronic acid. It actually is really lovely, smells gorgeous. So it's from their face series. I thought that would be a great way to start, and so I won't waste products. This is the Calecim Professional Eye Contouring Lifting Cream. I do love this cream. I love the container it comes in. It is really nice, super hydrating under the eyes. For the primer, I'm using the Maybelline Grip Primer. So it's a grippy serum. It is excellent, and it's quite exactly like that. It does have a little bit of a tacky feel. As you can see, I'm just sort of pressing it in and just I'm going to let that really soak into my skin. Now, I have realized that I've completely forgotten to do sunscreen before this step. So the sunscreen that I'm using is the Airyday sunscreen. This is the Mineral Mousse. It is an SPF 50, and I thought I'd just place it on my neck and any areas that are visible, and down my ears, down my neck, and my décolletage a little bit there, and that one shoulder as well. So I do like this one, and normally I'd pop that on my face, but I'm not going to put that on top of my primer. I'm just making sure, patting that in, making sure that the residual has gone. Thought I would do a quick comb of my brows before I begin, and then just have them nice set. This is a little spoolie wand. The brushes that I'm going to use today are my absolute favorites. These are the BK Beauty brushes. The first one I'm starting with is the 109. It is a very small foundation brush. I'm using the Nude by Nature. This is quite an affordable BB cream. So I'm just using this as a little bit of a tint to really give myself just a small amount of coverage and just even out the skin a little bit. But you'll notice I go in with a couple of other products just to enhance this base a little bit, but this is a great way to start. This brush is the smaller version of their foundation brush. The 101 is a lot larger. I do like this one just for those little detailed areas, and I feel it sort of gets in and around the nose, under the eyes, and just everywhere a bit easier. So it's definitely one of my favorite and one of my go-to brushes. So I'm just using that to really get this BB tint in. This is the Sheer Glow BB tint, and it is in number 3, the Nude Beige. So there we have it. Now, these are two of the, what they call the lifter sticks from Maybelline. And I have number 2 and number 65. So I'm using the, oh sorry, not number 2, number 20. So I'm using the number 20 as a bit of a highlight and brighten, and also to give it that little bit of extra coverage, because I did just use a tint. So now I'm just adding a small amount of coverage just where I feel I need it, where I need a little bit of lightening and a little bit of brightening. So those areas, as you can see, is down the nose, over the eyelids, so I can prep those, a little bit under the eyes, just around the jawline there, under the cheekbone there, in around where the nose is, where it gets a little bit red as well. And just pressing it in with the same 109 BK Beauty brush as well. So it's just a nice, simple way of doing it and to really lift those areas. Then I'll go in, I'm just going in with that one a little bit more because I have that little dot on my nose, so it really is persistent. Now, the next one is the 65. This is a darker, more of a contour shade. And as you can see, I'm just really doing it very quickly in these areas that I'd like to create a bit of shadow, a bit of contour, and a bit of warmth to the face. Once again, same brush. So no need to switch brushes. I feel the same brush is quite fine, and you do tend to sort of sweep all that product in, so it's not just hanging out on your brush. I just turned the brush around a little bit, especially for down the nose and in the eye socket there. And this just gives that nice little bit of warmth and a bit of shape to the face. So really easy. So these are called the Lifter Stix, and they're by Maybelline. So quite a great little duo there. And again, just a little bit more on that dot on my nose. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is one of their blushes. This is the Camo Liquid Blush. And this one is in, I can't even read what it's called now, but it's a really nice soft peachy shade, using the same brush just to blend that in. Now the makeup sort of palette that I'm using, this is an eyeshadow quad, and this is called Daytime Diva, and it's by a brand called Ox Cosmetics. So this is a brand that we can buy here in Australia in Kmart. I did go a little bit heavy there on that second eye, and I'm just using the BK Beauty brush. This is one of the Nikki LaRose ranges, and it's the N13. Love it, absolutely love it for blending. I'm using their small detailed brush. This is the 210 for just under the eyes, and then just using my finger with a little bit of that shimmer just on the ball of my eye. And that's all I was going to do with the eyes, just to keep it really nice and fresh. Very, very simple with that one swipe of eyeshadow. Up under the eyes, just in the tight line, I'm using the Rumi Cosmetics. This is their waterproof eyeliner, and it's in a gorgeous chocolate shade. The mascara is called Bubble Colossal. So this is a Maybelline mascara, and it really has thickened up my lashes like tenfold. So beautiful mascara for that extra volume. Now my setting powder has had a little bit of a fall, so I'm just being really careful, using a large BK Beauty brush for this. This one is the 104. And then I'm going to go in, I just want to do a tiny amount of concealer. Now, I missed showing you, so I just thought I'd show you where I placed it. This is by L'Oreal. It's the True Match Concealer. And I'm using my favorite, one of my favorite brushes. It's the Angie Hot and Flashy by BK Beauty. It's the A506. Or I'd like to call this, or I'd call it often, the Kitten Paw. It's like a gorgeous little soft paw under the eyes. It's got a perfect angle to it. So definitely a must. Just sort of go up under the brows using the same little brush, and just really just defining that area a little bit. I feel with my eyeshadow I did go a little bit full on, and got it up just a bit too high, and I've noticed a couple of little brows there, little hairs. So if you don't mind me, I'm just going to try and grab those. I do feel I need a mirror. There we are, and those are gone. So once again, give those brows a bit of a comb, and then I'm just going to set under the eyes as well, using that same little kitten ball brush, the A506. So just to really get any of that dewiness. For the brows, this is the Pony Cosmetics. This is their little brow magic, and I love it. The end of this is very defined, so great to just get those little extra sort of hair-like strokes in there to make it look very, very natural. And then it has a spoolie wand on the other end. If you've been watching my videos, you know I love the little spoolie wand on the other end. It really helps to just comb through that product and comb those brows into place. So those are the brows that are looking a little bit more tame. And then I'm just going back in with that nice fluffy brush just to really soften off those edges. For the lips, we're going to line them. This is with e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is their Cream Glide Lip Liner. Truth or Bear it's called. I do like to overline the center of the top and the center of the bottom of my lip, and then come back up on the lip. The next new product that I'm using is one of the Lifter Glaze. They're like a lip tint balm. They're just beautiful. They smell incredible and leave your lips feeling so nourished and hydrating. So that's the final look. Let me know what you think.